So I sat down with Paul Gray. He's the manager of the Energy and Engineering Division at Appliance Traders Limited, one of the country's largest importers of consumer and commercial electrical equipment. I wanted an explanation as to what the fundamental difference is between 50 and 60 cycle electricity supply.
Well, when you talk about cycle, you're talking about the frequency, I'm supposing, right? The frequency is the number of oscillation per second that you actually use on your electrical grid. For example, in the United States, we use 60 Hertz. In Jamaica, we use 50 Hertz. What it means is, for the layman, if you're looking at a light bulb, it's actually flickering 60 or 50 times per second. So when you look with persistent vision, you see a continuous light. But when you have a problem, you'd actually see the bulb flickering, and that is actually emulating what is happening with the cycle.
If that explanation was a bit too much to absorb, then all you need to remember about electricity cycle is this.
For example, if you were to buy a 60 cycle piece of equipment in the States and bring it to Jamaica, where we have 50 Hertz, what would actually happen is that that piece of equipment would actually draw more current that would normally be designed for. That can lead to inherent problems. It will lower efficiencies, and it would actually cause the motor to burn in instances, because now you're drawing more current than the equipment was actually designed for.
So when you use a 60 Hertz appliance on the JPSCO's 50 Hertz grid, this is what could happen.
What you're using is losing efficiencies. And it's nice to talk about a particular piece of equipment like a refrigerator. You would actually be losing about 12.5% efficiency on the refrigerator, right? Now, that in essence is because, and you can also run the risk of burning a compressor, right? Why? Because what happens is that the actual compressor starts to draw more current than it normally would if it was in a 60 cycle environment. Now, again, this is why you have to now have an educated consumer, because we at Appliance Traders, what we try to do is to inform our clients. What are the possibilities? What is it that you need to do to negate against these problems? By varying the frequency to the motor now, you are now eliminating the problems that you had before in terms of the frequency problem of 50 and 60. Also, with a variable frequency being applied to a particular motor, you can now control the speed of the motor and in essence control the efficiency, and also, for example, in air condition, have a stable temperature.